Hey guys, this is my first time recording on my new phone, so wish me luck. Of course, Salem has too. Okay, I think you're taking pictures, Salem, so you have to get out from in front of the camera, please. Salem has to be in the... Okay, anyway, I'm going to do the mental awareness video. Mental Awareness Month. This is 15 questions tag by mysweetcupcake. I subscribed to her before I did this. I got it from of.key, or of.key? Of.key, I think it is. Now I have to go and look because I'm going to feel guilty if I get it wrong, because she's awesome and I watch her videos quite a bit, so I should know it. of.key. She's actually, I watch her videos quite a bit, even when I don't comment on them. I'm one of those people that if I'm a huge diehard fan, I'll watch your videos and comment. If not, then you're just going to get them watched. Here, I have all of my babies, and you'll notice that they are no longer in green. I took pictures and posted them on Facebook of Taylor, this one right here, for people who are new. She was dressed in green, and I took pictures and posted on Facebook, but then I had an idea. And I know you guys can dislike this if you want, but you'll notice that my babies are all, pick them up, wearing clothes with a traditional Asian style clothes. One with either the side snaps or just a real traditional Asian outfit. And the reason why is, since I've befriended quite a few Asian cultured people, such as Chinese people who are from, like, they actually live in China but work here, some Filipino people, I've befriended 2 Koreans, just people of different Asian cultures. I've learned that in a lot of Asian cultures, not all of them, some people do understand it, but a lot of them don't understand mental illness. When people found out that I had a mental illness of depression and anxiety, they made fun of me because they didn't understand it. And so I figured, for my awareness, I would feature my Asian babies in their traditional Asian clothes. Because I believe that every culture, whether you be Canadian, American, Chinese, Filipino, everybody should be understood with, like, their mental illness should be understood. I have a friend who, fighting with the cat, who lives in China right now, that I personally believe suffers from depression. And when I mentioned to him about maybe seeing a doctor about it, he replied back and said that he didn't want to upset his family. And I was like, well, you know, your family will be okay. And no, apparently if you're medicated for depression or anything like that in China, it's actually frowned upon. And he informed me that if you want to adopt from China, you're not allowed to be on antidepressants or anxiety pills or anything like that. So it's a pretty interesting thing, learning about different cultures. And I have a collection of Asian babies. The only baby not featured here, other than my preemie. My preemie's actually in the process of repair, and that's why he's not here. He has Asian clothes too, though. The only one not featured is my silicone, because she's not Asian. I have, from this side, my Filipino baby, my China baby, my Korean baby, and my Japan baby. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. I'm going to answer the questions on the tag. So, when you are leaving the house, what is one thing you can't do without? My backpack. We call my backpack Pack, and me and Pack have been very close my entire life. I've always had a backpack with me, whether it was one that my parents used as a diaper bag, or later in life my school bag, but I've always had one with me of some kind, and when I leave the house, I have to have Pack with me, or it's just a panic attack. My medication is in Pack, my EpiPen is in Pack, my gaming systems like my DS and my Vita are in Pack. I have a miniature version of this guy in my Pack. I have teddy bears in my Pack. I have candy in my Pack. I've got extra cords for my cell phone in my Pack. Extra cases in my Pack. Like, I've got everything in Pack. So I have to take Pack everywhere, or I just feel like I'm missing everything, because my entire life is in my Pack. When was the last time you cried? On my way home today from town with my friend, was listening to the radio, and a certain song came on that reminded me of my aunt that passed away in January of ovarian cancer. It was her ringtone for a very long time, and it came on the radio, and I got very emotional and couldn't help but cry. What is the best memory that makes you smile when you think about it? The birth of my niece. She's everything to me. She's my entire world, and the one thing that I remember the most, is sneaking into the delivery ward to see her, because at the time there was a swine flu scare, I do believe. It was 2009, so whatever flu was going around, and they wouldn't let anybody into the maternity ward except moms and dads and grandparents. Nobody else was allowed in, and I wanted to see her, so I snuck in and got to see her and got to hold her and got to love her, and she was my best friend ever since, and even now I simply adore her. I adore my nephew. Him being born would probably be the second best thing that ever happened to me. Not putting him below her, but she was the first, and my sister-in-law, who has numerous nieces and nephews, has always told me that the first, there will always be a special bond with the first, whether it's a niece or a nephew, and she couldn't be more right. What is my recent obsession? What isn't my recent obsession? Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, MasterChef. Definitely MasterChef, actually. Not getting into the things I collect, such as Reborns, or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or Pokemon cards, or Lego. I would have to say MasterChef. I have watched all of MasterChef US right up to the season that should be coming on. I watched all of MasterChef Canada right up to the most recent episode. I'm waiting for the next one to be filmed, and I'm currently watching MasterChef Australia, and when I run out of that, I'm planning to watch MasterChef Celebrity Challenge, and when I run out of that, I'm going to see if the Italian one is understandable or subtitled. So I'm completely addicted, which is funny because I don't even like cooking shows. What is my greatest fear? Losing my mom. She's my mom, you know? Do I have to really... don't do that. Do I have to say more? Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. What illness do I suffer from daily? I have anxiety, PTSD diagnosed by a doctor. I don't even know what triggered it, but that's what she diagnosed me as. Did I miss one? No, I didn't. What is my favorite car? Ooh. I'm a big car fan. My dad's a classic car fan, so he's had tons of them growing up. My favorite would probably be my 1980 Camaro that's sitting in the driveway, because it's the first classic car I ever bought for myself, and I'm only $3,000 away from actually having her paid off, and I'm completely proud of that. All the work that's been done to it, my father and I did it ourselves, and he actually let me help, which is something he doesn't usually do. What car did you drive when you were 16, or your first car? The car I drove when I was 16 was not my first car. The car I drove when I was 16 was my stepdad's 2000 yellow Sunfire. I loved it, but he hated it because there was a lot of problems with it. It was a standard. I learned on a standard. I learned on a stick. Very proud of that I can drive one. My Camaro is also a stick. The car I drive now is my first car. I've had it since I was 18, around there. It's a 2008 Ford Focus. Beautiful car. Really good on gas, actually. If you could turn back time, what would you change? I probably would have worked harder towards finishing my degree in college, even though I realized at one point that it wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm kicking myself because now I'm paying for a student loan for a program that I didn't even finish. Who has made a major impact on your life? That's a tough one because there's a lot of people. To pick just one, I'd have to say my Chinese friend John. I know this is probably random sounding, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. Him and I have a connection that's hard to understand for other people. We spend a lot of time together, we hang out a lot. He's got a really good heart. We go fishing a lot together. We go shopping together. And I don't know, it's just, Salem, stop moving the camera, buddy. This is what's moving the camera. Anyway, he's really good with me. Like, if I'm upset or having an anxiety attack, even though he doesn't understand anxiety, because he's laughed at it before because he doesn't understand it, he's really good to calm me down. Like, he'll talk to me and he'll talk about other things, or he'll joke with me and stuff like that, and he just, I don't know, he's got such a gentle heart that he's really good at calming people. What did you want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be a police officer, but that changed pretty quickly. I don't really know what I wanted to be. I think I was just, by the time I reached 13, all I wanted to be was alive. Because, I mean, that's when my mental illness kicked in, that's when my life fell apart, that was when everything just seemed to go downhill. So, I just think by the time I reached 13, I no longer wanted to be a police officer, I just wanted to be alive. What have I done the most of as a profession? Laborer. I've always worked in factories, fish plants. That's pretty well all I know. What is your most embarrassing moment recently? I don't know, I don't really get embarrassed by things. We have this joke at work that everybody picks on me because I pick on me, so I don't really get embarrassed, so I don't really know what to answer for that. What is your best quality? I don't really have one. Kind of a negative person when it comes to me. My best quality? I'm funny. Does that count? We'll say that counts. At your age, what is the greatest lesson you learned in life? That not everybody's your friend. I try to be friends with everybody, and sometimes they end up using that to their advantage and leaving me either broke, hurt, or angry. So that's my 15 questions. I'm gonna have to do some editing to this thanks to Salem knocking over the camera every 2 minutes, but yeah. It's kind of an emotional video, I must say. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.